Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white and weighing in at 171 pounds. Originally from the Dominican Republic, but now fighting out of Brooklyn, New York. He brings an excellent record of 26 victories, 22 by KO, against 4 defeats with 2 draws, and he currently holds the NABF light heavyweight title not on the line tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing El Carombo, Merqui Sosa. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and blue and weighing in at 171 pounds also. He comes to us from Pensacola, Florida. In 1988, he won an Olympic silver medal, but he should have won gold because he was voted the most outstanding fighter of the '88 Olympiad by his fellow fighters. His professional record, 30 victories without a loss, 26 by KO, and considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. A 2-time world champion, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Go, Wagner. You were giving me instructions in the dressing room. I expect a nice, clean fight. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Listen to my commands at all times. Touch gloves, let's do it.
Jungle time!
I'm not sure what Sosa yelled as they broke from the middle of the ring, but I know it has something to do about going to war.
Crowd came back to life. Atmosphere crackles in the Garden again. The man regarded by many experts as the best fighter in the world gets ready to go to work. Roy Jones telling us yesterday, Sosa will be the hardest opponent of my career. And Sosa starts out as the aggressor, but Jones counters with a left hand and gets off the ropes.
And you can see Merqui Sosa, he has that Caramba nickname. He's knock-knee, which takes a lot away from his footwork, and we figure that Jones' speed is going to bother him a lot in this fight.
Sosa with a hard right hand to the body, tries to bring the left hook up top. Jones starts to land, and now Sosa stops throwing. Roy Jones going to the body as he works Sosa against the ropes. Jones, willing to take some chances early, said he would stay closer to Sosa than he has to other opponents if it didn't hurt too much.
Right now, he doesn't have much of a choice because Sosa is just smothering him.
Like your head.
Jones digging the left hand to the body. Sosa leaning in and looking for opportunities to fire shots in close.
Talk about a guy being fired up. Sosa is really fired up.
He's got a tremendous opportunity to emerge from obscurity, and he has confidence that he can do it. But Jones is starting to show that incomparable hand speed as he beats a tattoo against Merqui Sosa's head with the left hook.
All right, break, step back.
Sosa has never been knocked down. The left hook landing flush again, and Sosa suddenly in trouble as he weathers the kind of assault he's never faced before. Jones sizing him up and trying to finish. Sosa not throwing back. Uppercut, uppercut.
And it was Jones' footwork that actually put Sosa in trouble.
Right hand over the top, partially blocked. Jones wanted to finish it all with that one right hand shot. Now Sosa's head begins to clear a little bit as he pulls Jones in toward him. Well, Gil, we've talked about the look that fighters get on their face when they taste that first Roy Jones left hook barrage in round one, and certainly Sosa appeared to be feeling something he hadn't felt before.
They seem to say, wow, what is it? What happened to me?
Left hook over the top by Jones. Combination inside. Referee Ken Zimmer pulls them apart.
Listen for the bell.
And as we go to Merqui Sosa's corner, where the predominant language is Spanish, our interpreter is Hector Garcia.
Sosa, te metiste. Listen to me.
You're going in forward. Move side to side. Your hands are reaching, but you have to bend. You're reaching it. Your hands are reaching the target. Try not to hold his arms. We practice that. Don't forget. Don't forget.
Sosa said he doesn't know he's in a fight until he gets hit. He knows he's in a fight now. That was early in the round.
Seconds out. Let's go. Round two.
A power punch display on both sides. Between them, the two fighters threw only 5 jabs in the first round. Jones landed 34 of 66 punches. 65 of them were power shots. Hard left hook to the body by Sosa.
But Jones had mentioned that he wanted to fight Sosa on the inside, and that's what he's doing.
Hard right uppercut inside by Jones set up the flurry of left hooks. Sosa leaning against him, but Jones is doing damage here. Now Sosa begins to score with his own left hook. Jones using his withering hand speed to stun Merqui Sosa again. Sosa so far able to handle Jones's power, but when Jones gets started throwing multiple punches in combination, Sosa takes them all.
But can anybody keep up the pace that these two guys are fighting, especially Jones, when he lets those flurries go?
And Sosa momentarily stunned Jones there with right hand lead, left hook behind it. So his power punch combinations are working from time to time too.
And now Sosa is starting to swell under the left eye.
But you know something, Gil? Jones has never been in a long, tough fight like this.
Again, Larry,
only in round 2.
That's what we have mentioned. This is some pace.
Right. If this went on 7 or 8 rounds, I'd be curious to see how Jones responded. In fact, we've all wanted to see how Jones responded.
Getting hurt
It
now.
won't go 7 or 8 rounds if Roy keeps landing like that. A sensational barrage of left hooks, and Sosa is stunned again.
Sosa is called the head of stone,
All right, break.
and
Stop.
now you know
Step
why.
back. Watch your head.
And Sosa trained for this fight by fighting Prince Charles Williams. Same kind of a fight.
Right hand flash, and down goes Sosa. That's the first time in his career that he's been knocked down by a hard punch like that.
All right?
And Sosa wobbling a bit on those knocked knees as Roy Jones steps back in.
Had to be a strange feeling for Sosa. But again, Jones just outmaneuvers him.
Sosa not throwing back. Not throwing back. In trouble as Ken Zimmer stops the fight. And now Merqui goes after the referee.
The fuck are you stopping the fucking fight for? The fuck are you crazy?
Fight's over.
I agree with the Sosa people. That fight should not have been stopped. He had taken hard punches. He was covering up, perhaps waiting for Roy Jones to burn himself up a little bit. I didn't think he was any more hurt at that moment than he had been a half a minute or a minute before. I thought it was a too quick stoppage.
And maybe referee Ken Zimmer wasn't familiar enough with Sosa's style of fighting to know that it was nothing unusual for Merqui to stand and take punches like that. Harold Letterman, what do you think?
Jim, he should have called a standing 8 count. They have a standing 8 count in New York. If he would have given Sosa a standing 8 count, he could have observed what kind of condition Merqui was in. At the end of the standing 8 count, he should have said to Merqui, take a step toward me, and if Merqui didn't wobble, you let the fight go. He should have never stopped it. That's the opportunity for the standing 8 count. He should have definitely called the standing 8 count at that point.
Great
no
point.
question.
Yeah, you agree, Gil
I
Clancy?
agree. Not only I agree, but everybody in the audience agrees as well. You can hear the boos from the fighting fans.
Except, of course, for the most ardent Roy Jones fans who are simply celebrating. But indeed, this will be seen, I think, as a questionable stoppage, and we'll take another look at what happened, starting before the knockdown. From this point forward, Zimmer's decision was that Merqui just didn't do enough in return. I don't know. I'm not so sure, guys. That's a lot of punishment when you're not throwing back. I agree with you about the standing 8 count, Harold.
Okay.
But I've seen stoppages of fights like that before, and so have you, Gil.
Yeah, but Harold was 100% right. That's why they have the standing 8 count in New York State. The referee definitely should have given him a standing 8 count, and you have a chance to take a look at the fighter and ask him to take that one step forward. Sosa did get hit with a lot of clean punches, but he also blocked a lot of those punches, and you can see the way he attacked the referee when he stopped the fight. He certainly had his senses.
Right now, let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official particulars on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ken Zimmer calls a halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 2. The winner by TKO. He is still the undefeated 2-time world champion, Roy Jones Jr.
And a mixed response in the crowd as they listen to the particulars from Buffer. Warm benediction at the center of the ring for Jones and Merqui Sosa, and a disappointed Sosa has to take his medicine after referee Ken Zimmer elects to stop it in the second round. Again, New York State allows for a standing 8 count, and our opinion as a group here at ringside is that that might have been an ideal moment for exactly that. Larry Merchant is with referee Ken Zimmer right now, so let's hear what the ref has to say.
All right, Ken, tell us what you saw, why you stopped the fight when you did.
Well, I saw Sosa. To me, he looked like he was hurt. He was getting hit with punches, and he wasn't coming back. To me, he wasn't going to continue.
Given his history of being able to take such a good punch, could you have called a standing 8 count at that point?
That's in our rules. I could have done that, yes.
Did it cross your mind?
No.
You just thought that
I thought he was going to get hurt.
Thank you very much, Ken. Jim?
Part of the referee's job, for certain, is to protect the safety of the fighters. I think most would say that's the primary job of the referee, and Gil Clancy, this man obviously believed in total sincerity that he was protecting Merqui Sosa from getting hurt.
Well, yes, he certainly, but he should know the rules. You have the standing 8 count. Why didn't he apply it? I mean, Larry Merchant just asked him that question, and he says, yes, he knew there was a standing 8 count. Did he have any thought of doing it? He said, no. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the question that remains in the wake of that, and only Ken Zimmer, somewhere in his heart and his mind, could answer it. But let's go back to the ring now as Larry stands by with second-round KO winner Roy Jones.
All right, Roy Jones, congratulations once again. Question has to be asked, given his reputation and history of being able to take a punch, Were you a little surprised that the fight was stopped when it was?
No, because he's challenged a little too slow, and I was going to hurt him if it wouldn't have been stopped when it was. So, you know how I am. I don't want to hurt nobody. So I turn the punches on because I know that it's 3 knockdown rules in effect, or 3 standing 8 count. And if you don't punch back, even though you got a good reputation, a lot of guys have been getting hurt lately, and they don't want to get anybody hurt. But first of all, I take time out. Thank God for giving me the strength, will, determination, and power to do everything I do. What's up, Pensacola? We still rule. I said, what's up to the troops over in Bosnia? Wish y'all the best of luck. Hope we don't have to go to war. And, you know.
That was a very rough fight for the 4 or 5 minutes it went on, Roy. We haven't seen you in that kind of a war before. What were your thoughts about staying in there so long?
Well, I told him before that when I came here, I wasn't going to pull a Michael Nunn or run from Sosa because I'm much too fast for Sosa. Even though he's a strong guy, people want to see could I take a punch. Well, they saw that I could take a punch. He hit me with a good overhand right. Nothing happened. I'm not going anywhere.
So you're saying that one way you can find a challenge for yourself, and you've said so often that it's getting hard to find a challenge, is to show that you can fight that sort of fight.
Show that I am versatile. What's up to the West Palm Beach dogs? I'll be out and see y'all soon. Yeah, to show that I am the man and show that I can do whatever it takes for me to win. That's why I'm pound the best fighter in the world. No offense, Pernell, Oscar, all y'all good.
Is it?
A bunch of good fighters.
All right, since you have this, what we've been calling basketball Jones, was this either an uncontested layup or a dunk?
It's kind of like a fast break dunk. You know, I set him up, caught him with a good right hand. Bing! There he went. Came back and ran on him. I was going to catch him again eventually, you know. Once I see I can hurt a guy, he can hang it up because I'm going to catch you again. I'm just real smart. And like I said, it was a wonderful thing.
Give us your feelings. You came late to New York because of the weather. You're leaving early. What's your thoughts about being in frigid New York?
Well, I like New York. I'm so glad I got a chance to perform at Madison Square Garden. The thing about it was that I know if I stay up here long, I would have started to get sick because I can't really take cold weather too well. And I already have bad sinus. My allergies are terrible. So I wanted to make my stay short as possible before the fight because I want to be able to come out and perform tonight. All right, you usually make the opponent sick. Thank you very much, Roy Jones. We'll be seeing you again. And excuse me, one more thing. If something wrong, people think it wasn't treated fairly. No, it ain't my fault. But if somebody want to rematch or something, just call my house. All right, we'll get that unlisted number. Merqui, give us your thoughts about the fight being stopped. We're going to show it to you on the monitor. Tell us what you see there and why you think the fight should not have been stopped.
Quiere que le diga tu pensamiento, qué fue lo que pasó por qué pararon la pelea y por qué no la debieron haber parado.
Bueno, Rollo me dio un knockdown primero, fue bien, fue un knockdown, right?
When Roy hit me, that was a legitimate knockdown. He did hit me.
Pero todo el mundo sabe que esa es la manera de yo pelear.
But everybody knows that's the way I fight.
So when you get hit that hard, you start to feel I'm getting him where I want him, and you were surprised that at that point they would stop the fight.
Cuando él te dio de esa manera, entonces tú sabes que esa es la manera que de verdad vas a pelear.
Exacto, y esa es la manera de yo pelear abajo y atacando. So el referee no me dio en ningún momento oportunidad.
That's the way I fight. Hitting below and
why weren't you? Why the referee said that because you weren't punching back while taking that's why he stopped the fight. Were you trying to get him tired? What was your thoughts at that point?
Estaba tratando de cansarlo.
Yo estaba tratando de coger mi estilo, tratando de coger mi balance. Y en eso me tiró 6 puños y me pegó 2.
I was trying to keep up with my balance. I was doing my fight. He threw 6 punches and he only hit me with 2.
Do you think that the referee should have called a standing 8 count to give you a chance?
¿Tú crees que el referee debió haber contado 8 parado?
No, yo estaba bien, completamente bien.
I was okay, very well.
Is it your belief that if you got Roy Jones into a long, hard fight like that, that eventually he would give in as other opponents of yours have?
¿Tú crees que si tú traes a Jones a una pelea que dure mucho más tiempo, tú crees que le puedas ganar?
Por supuesto, no estaba haciendo mi pelea. Él me está dando galletas, son galletas. Me cogió con un puño, con un solo de lo que tenía bueno.
I was doing my fight and he only caught me with 1 punch. That was it.
Thank you very much, Merqui. Thank you.
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it. Drop your hands, be sharp, change your angle. Give him that, hey, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the